she stops replying as fast. Her messages get shorter. The energy feels different. You feel it slipping away. So you try harder. You double text. You ask if she's okay. You try to be even nicer, more available, more understanding. But instead of bringing her closer, she drifts even further away. At first, it doesn't make sense. You're doing everything right. You're showing interest, putting in effort, being the kind of guy you were told women appreciate. And yet, something feels wrong. The attraction is fading. But why? Because the moment a woman knows she has you completely, she stops valuing you. It's not personal. It's psychology. We only chase what we fear losing. We only crave what feels just out of reach. And the mistake most men make? They try to fix this by giving even more. More attention, more effort, more reassurance. But what if I told you the real solution is the exact opposite? For over 2,000 years, the Stoics mastered the art of emotional control. They understood one simple truth. The man who doesn't seek approval is the man who gets it effortlessly. This is why some men, without even trying, make women obsess over them, while others, no matter how hard they try, seem to always be ignored, ghosted, or left wondering what went wrong. So today I'm going to show you how to master the power of indifference, how to stop chasing, and how to make women start chasing you instead. Let's begin. Imagine this. You meet a woman you really like. At first, everything flows effortlessly. She's excited to talk to you. She responds quickly, laughs at your jokes, and even suggests meeting up. You start thinking this is going somewhere. But then, something changes. She starts taking longer to reply. Her messages become short and dry. She suddenly gets busy more often. Plans that once felt easy to make now come with excuses. You feel it slipping away. So, you do what most men would do. You try harder. You send thoughtful messages. You ask how her day was. You remind her how much you enjoy talking to her. You make it clear that you're serious. And yet, nothing improves. In fact, it only gets worse. She becomes colder, more distant. She replies even less, or maybe not at all. Eventually, she just disappears. And you're left wondering, what did I do wrong? The truth? It's not about what you did. It's about how you made her feel. Most men think attraction is like a math equation, that the more effort you put in, the better the result. But attraction doesn't work that way. It's not about how much you do for her. It's about how much she values what you do. And here's the uncomfortable truth. We don't value what comes too easily. It's human nature. Think about luxury brands. They don't beg people to buy. They don't chase customers down with desperate discounts. Instead, they create exclusivity. They make people feel like they have to earn the right to have them. And because of that, people are willing to wait months, even years, just to be part of it. Attraction works the same way. The moment a woman knows she has you completely, she stops feeling the need to win you over. The uncertainty, the thrill, the excitement, it all fades. She doesn't even think about it consciously. It's instinct. When a man is too available, too eager, too willing to drop everything for her, he stops being valuable. He becomes predictable. And predictability kills desire. Meanwhile, the man who is unaffected, mysterious, and emotionally independent, he becomes the prize. Because women don't chase men who need them. They chase men they feel lucky to have. And that's where most men fail. They confuse genuine interest with desperation. They think proving themselves is what makes a woman want them. But in reality, the more you try to prove your worth, the more she questions it. It's not your fault. Society tells men that being available, expressive, and persistent is the way to win women over. That showing how much you care will make her see your value. But the truth is, neediness repels, while mystery attracts. When a man is self-sufficient, when he values himself first, when he moves through life with purpose, women feel it, and they gravitate toward him. So if you've ever felt like the harder you try, the worse things get, it's because you've been playing the wrong game. But here's the good news. Attraction isn't about luck. It's about understanding human nature and using it to your advantage. And the Stoics figured this out over 2,000 years ago. In the next part, I'll show you how the Stoic philosophy of emotional control can completely shift the way women see you, and how mastering this mindset will make them start chasing you instead. Most men think attraction is about convincing a woman to like them. They believe that if they just say the right things, send the perfect text, or show her how much they care, she will suddenly see their worth. But the truth is, attraction isn't something you can convince someone to feel. It's not about words. It's about energy. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who is too available, too eager, too attached to the outcome. This is where most men go wrong. When they sense a woman pulling away, they panic. They try to fix it. They try to win her back. They start acting from emotion instead of control. And when a man loses control of his emotions, he loses control of the attraction. The solution? Indifference. But not just any indifference, Stoic indifference. For over 2,000 years, Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have taught one fundamental truth. You cannot control what happens outside of you. You can only control how you respond. And when it comes to attraction, the man who controls his emotions, who remains calm, unshaken, and self-sufficient, is the man who commands respect. Let me ask you this. Who is more attractive? A man who panics when a woman pulls away? Who texts her constantly, wondering what went wrong? Who gets upset when she doesn't reply? Or a man who remains completely unfazed? A man who continues living his life as if her behavior doesn't affect him at all? The answer is obvious. The unshakable man, the one who doesn't seek validation, who doesn't react emotionally, who is completely content whether she stays or goes, is the one who holds the power. Because deep down, women don't want to be your entire world. They want to be part of a world that is already strong, grounded, and in motion. And that is the essence of Stoic indifference. So how do you apply this? How do you stop chasing, stop overthinking, and start radiating effortless confidence? Here's where the game of indifference begins. Step 1. Shift your mindset from need to choice. Most men operate from need. They believe they need a specific woman to feel complete, to feel validated, to feel like they're enough. But the Stoic man? He operates from choice. He understands that no single person, no relationship, no validation from the outside world can define his worth. He chooses who belongs in his life. And if someone doesn't see his value, he lets them go, without resistance, without emotion, without attachment. Step 2. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. The biggest mistake men make is trying to control a woman's feelings, her responses, or her level of interest. But here's what the Stoics knew. You do not control other people. You only control yourself. So instead of chasing, overanalyzing, or trying to fix the situation, you simply accept reality as it is. She's pulling away. Let her. She's acting distant. Give her space. She's unsure about you. That's her problem, not yours. You don't force. You don't convince. You move forward without hesitation. And this brings us to Step 3. Never be more invested than she is. Attraction is a balance. If you're too invested while she's only halfway in, the energy shifts. You become the one trying to prove your worth, and the moment that happens, she loses interest. A Stoic man never overinvests in someone who isn't equally invested in him. Instead, he moves with the belief that his time, his attention, and his presence are valuable. He lets others prove that they deserve it. And if they don't, he walks away. Not as a game, not to manipulate, but because he genuinely understands this one unshakable truth. A man who values himself first will always be valued by others. So if you've ever found yourself chasing, overthinking, or getting too emotionally attached, now you know the way out. Indifference is not about not caring. It's about caring about the right things, yourself, your mission, your purpose. Because when you live for something greater than validation, when you become unshakable in your own worth, when you master the art of emotional control, women don't just notice, they start chasing you. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to apply this mindset in real-life situations and how one simple shift in your behavior can completely change the way women see you. Understanding the power of indifference is one thing, but applying it, that's where most men struggle. Because when emotions take over, when you feel like you're losing her, when the fear of rejection kicks in, that's when old habits try to pull you back. That's when you start overthinking, chasing, and trying to fix something that was never broken in the first place. But here's the truth. Attraction isn't built through words. It's built through actions. And if you want to be the kind of man who naturally attracts instead of constantly pursuing, then you need to start acting like one. So here are 3 practical real-world strategies you can start using right now to shift the dynamic and make her see you as the kind of man she doesn't want to lose. Step 1. Master the art of delayed response. Most men make the same mistake. They treat texting like a lifeline, always checking their phone, always replying instantly, always waiting for her next message. But the problem is, instant responses signal desperation. When a woman texts you and you reply within seconds, every single time, what message are you sending? You're telling her that you're always available, that you're waiting for her, that she's your main focus. And what happens when someone knows they have you? They stop valuing you. But when you take your time, when you reply on your own schedule, when your life comes first, something interesting happens. She starts to wonder. She starts to think, why isn't he replying right away? She starts to feel uncertainty, and uncertainty creates attraction. So here's your challenge. Stop treating your phone like a priority. Next time she texts you, don't drop everything to respond. Go to the gym. Work on your goals. Hang out with friends. Live your life. Then, when it feels right, on your time, reply. Because a man who controls his attention controls his value. Step 2. The power of walking away. Most men fear losing a woman, so they hold on tighter when she starts pulling away. They double text. They ask if something is wrong. They try harder. But here's what the Stoics understood. You never chase what is unsure about you. You never try to convince someone to stay in your life. Instead, you let them go. Without hesitation. Without emotion. Without regret. And this is where most men fail. They think if they don't fight for her, they'll lose her. But the truth? The moment you stop fearing loss, you become irreplaceable. Because walking away doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care about yourself first. So if she's being distant, if she's playing games, if she's making you feel like an option, do nothing. Say nothing. Just walk away. And if she truly values you, she'll notice. She'll feel the shift. And she'll come back. Step 3. Create a life bigger than women. This is the ultimate test of a high-value man. Because a man who is fulfilled, confident, and focused on his own path will always be attractive. Not because he's playing games, but because he doesn't need her validation to feel complete. So ask yourself this. Are you living for yourself? Or are you living for the approval of others? Do you wake up excited to chase your own goals? Or are you constantly worried about what she's thinking? The most magnetic men are the ones who don't just talk about purpose, they live it. So here's what you need to do. Find something bigger than attraction. Build your body. Build your business. Build your mind. Because the moment you prioritize yourself, the moment you become your own greatest investment, women will feel it. And they won't just notice. They'll start chasing you. The shift that changes everything. If you've been chasing, overthinking, or feeling like you're always the one trying harder, it's time to stop. It's time to start living by a different set of rules. Rules where you are the prize, where you are in control, where you are the man she wants to win over. And the key to all of this, indifference, not apathy, not coldness, but the calm, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing that you don't need anyone's approval to be valuable. That is what makes a man truly attractive. And when you master that, everything changes. In the next part, I'll show you why women respond so strongly to this mindset and how the shift in your energy will completely change the way they see you. __. Something shifts. She notices you're not texting as much. You're not always available. You're not reacting the way she expected. At first, she might not think much of it. But then, something strange happens. She starts checking her phone, wondering why you haven't messaged yet. She finds herself rereading old conversations, looking for signs she might have missed. She feels the need to say something, just to see how you'll respond. And without even realizing it, she starts chasing you. Why does this happen? Most people think attraction is logical. That women make decisions based on facts, qualities, or how nice a man is to them. But attraction isn't about logic. It's about emotion. And nothing creates emotion faster than uncertainty. When a woman is 100% sure she has you, when she feels no risk of losing you, something inside her shuts off. But the moment doubt enters the equation, the moment she isn't so sure anymore, everything changes. She starts paying attention. She starts thinking about you. She starts craving the validation that she thought she already had. This isn't manipulation. It's psychology. And it's why women are drawn to men who don't give away their attention so easily. Because attention that is hard to get feels more valuable. The shift in power. Most men operate from fear. Fear of losing her. Fear of rejection. Fear of saying the wrong thing. So they overcompensate. They text too much. They show too much emotion too soon. They try to prove their worth instead of just being valuable. And as a result, they give away all their power. But the moment you detach, the moment you let go of that fear and start focusing on yourself, the dynamic flips. Suddenly, you're the one in control. Suddenly, she's wondering what you're thinking. Suddenly, she's trying to impress you. Because now, she feels like she has something to lose. Signs she's starting to chase you. So, how do you know when the shift has happened? Here are 3 signs that she's starting to feel the effect of your indifference. She starts texting first. If she used to take hours to respond, but now she's reaching out more often, she's feeling your absence. She brings up old memories. She suddenly reminds you of things you said, places you went, or inside jokes you shared. This is her trying to reconnect with the emotions she once felt. She tests you. She might play hard to get, act distant, or even try to make you jealous. Not because she's lost interest, but because she wants to see if you still care, as much as before. And here's the secret. If you react emotionally, if you fall back into old patterns, you lose your advantage. But if you stay grounded, if you remain calm, indifferent, and in control, her attraction grows even stronger. Because now, she feels like she has to win you over. The attraction paradox. The biggest mistake most men make? They assume that giving more attention equals more attraction. But the reality is the opposite. The more available you are, the less exciting you become. But the moment you pull back, the moment you become less predictable, that's when attraction spikes. That's when she starts chasing you. That's when she realizes your value. And the best part? You don't have to play games. You don't have to pretend. You just have to become the kind of man who naturally attracts attention because you're too focused on your own life to be chasing after anyone. That's the power of indifference. That's the power of the Stoic mindset. And once you master it, women won't just notice. They'll feel it, and they'll start doing whatever it takes to get your attention again. In the final part, I'll show you how to maintain this energy long-term so that you never have to chase again. So now you understand. Attraction isn't about chasing. It's not about proving yourself. It's not about trying harder. It's about energy. The man who controls his emotions, his time, and his attention is the man who naturally commands respect. Because women don't chase men who are always available. They chase men who are valuable. And value isn't something you tell her you have. It's something she feels through your actions. What happens next? Now that you know why chasing never works, now that you understand the power of indifference, you have 2 choices. You can ignore this knowledge. You can keep chasing, keep overinvesting, keep wondering why things never seem to go your way. Or you can take control. You can stop seeking validation and start living with purpose. You can stop reacting emotionally and start becoming unshakable. You can stop making her the center of your world and start building a world that she wants to be part of. Because the moment you shift your focus away from seeking her approval and toward becoming the best version of yourself, everything changes. Women see you differently. People treat you differently. And most importantly, you feel different. Because now, you are no longer chasing. You are choosing. If this video opened your eyes, if you finally see why attraction works the way it does, then don't just watch this and move on. Apply it. Test it, and see the results for yourself. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced this dynamic? Have you ever noticed that the moment you pull back, women start chasing? Drop a comment below and share your experience. And if you want to keep learning how to level up in attraction, confidence, and mindset, make sure to subscribe because there's a lot more coming your way. Until next time, stay focused, stay disciplined, and remember, the man who values himself first will always be valued by others.